roommates share more than an apartment.
You were dating Mr. Duckett. You stopped dating him.
I began casually hooking up with Dominic.
You're Dominic.
Yes, Your Honor.
But a change of address.
They made it so uncomfortable for you to stay there, you had no choice but to leave.
Revealed even more.
Where did you go?
My boyfriend's house.
And you were pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
This is Judge Judy.
Which one of you gentlemen used to date Miss Washburn? Don't walk. Just stay right there. You're Mr.
Duckett.
The three of you lived in an apartment together. All three of you were on the lease?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Your Honor.
The thrust of your complaint is that the defendant moved out 2 months early, leaving you to pay her share of the rent. During the time that you were in the apartment, the two of you, Mr. Duckett and Miss Washburn, ceased to be a couple, but you did in fact remain in the apartment for a period of time, and then Miss Washburn moved out and didn't pay her last 2 months' rent, correct?
Correct.
Correct.
And you have a counterclaim for a bunch of nonsense. While you were dating Mr. Washburn, he had an accident with your car that he didn't fix. I don't care about all that. Nobody cares about that. You were dating, you were sleeping together, you were a couple together, you had an accident, then don't let him drive your car again. You say that at some point in an altercation, he assaulted you.
Correct.
Yes. Do you have the hospital records or medical records for that?
I never went to that.
That's either a yes or a no?
No.
Okay. So do you understand what this case is about? This case is about you leaving 2 months short of the lease. Are we clear on that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, Miss Washburn, it is your statement that they made it so uncomfortable for you to stay there, almost rendered it impossible for you to stay there. You had no choice but to leave, and it was due to their conduct that forced you to leave. Okay? That's your defense. When was the lease up?
In October of 2019, it'll be up.
When did you move out?
At the beginning, or no, the end of June of 2019.
So you paid June's rent?
I actually paid July's rent, but I had moved out prior.
You paid June and July?
Yes.
Not August?
No.
And not September?
No.
October, is it up the 31st or the 1st of October?
I believe it's actually technically up November 1st. She allowed us to move in 3 days early. So we moved in October, but the lease, she said, is...
Goes through October,
yes.
The end of October. Okay. And what was your share of the rent?
$500.
Did you sign a new lease?
No.
No.
Do you intend to sign a new lease?
No.
Where are you going?
We haven't found a new place yet, but we intend to stay roommates and find a new place.
Did Miss Washburn discuss with you that she was leaving early?
No, Your Honor.
Did she leave in June?
Yes.
Did she pay in July?
Yes, she did.
When she didn't send the check in August, what did you do?
I made up the rent. I paid her.
You didn't contact her?
I did. She wasn't responding to my text messages anymore, so I said, are you going to pay August and September? And she never responded, so I said, well, if you don't respond, I'm just going to assume that you're not going to pay August and September.
Okay, and you plan on using your security deposit for October?
Yes, her portion of the security
Her
deposit.
security?
Yes, Your Honor.
Your Honor.
What?
I was already granted about $116 of my $616 from the landlord. I have proof that she paid it. It was in my account. I've already received it. She was letting me out of the lease.
How much did you receive from her?
$116 out of $616.
Okay, so she's keeping $500
until October, and I have text messages stating that she's keeping my $500 until they pay rent in October.
Okay, what I'm telling you is they don't intend to pay rent in October. I'm giving you a heads up. They're going to use the security deposit. That's what they intend to do. And if there's damage in the apartment, they're going to come after everybody. Okay, so now it's up to you, Miss Washington, to explain to me what conduct on whose part towards the latter part of your stay with them caused you to move out.
So Nathan and I were dating about a month in, and we broke up.
I don't need to know. I know you were dating Mr. Duckett. You stopped dating him.
I began casually hooking up with Dominic. We both had an agreement on
You're
where
Dominic.
that was.
Yes, Your Honor.
And in April, he told me we were no longer doing that. And I agreed. I said, fine. We ended it. It was not a big deal. A few weeks later, he contacted me through text message late at night and early in the morning, around like 1, 2, 3, asking if I was awake. I woke up around, I think, 4, and I responded. I said, is everything okay? And he texted me asking if I was ready to
I'd like to see those texts.
have sex.